Good evening and welcome to my program, The Insight, live from Manchester studio. Today we are going to discuss about recently we have seen and witnessed two huge political weddings in Pakistan. One is the daughter of Rayal Talpur, a very prominent figure of People's Party. And then another wedding was Maryam Nawaz's son Junaid Safdar in Lahore, another big political wedding. But both weddings are hugely criticized. Why? What was the reason? I mean, I know they were lavish weddings, but still the huge criticism which is sparked on social media is a bit I mean, we can understand the point why people are actually criticizing it, but there are so many other weddings of the other people, whether they're businessmen or any other person in Pakistan. They also actually hold lavish weddings. That's a norm. But these two political weddings came under criticize, and obviously the reason is they both belong to a political party, and people have different views about it. So this is something we are going to discuss, and also we will discuss in the program about a recent video emerged on social media, which shows that it is from TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban in Pakistan, and that video they have actually said that they will always cooperate with PTI because PTI has never harmed them and they will never harm PTI. I'm not sure if this video is fake or if that's original video. We have not heard any comment from PTI yet that if they actually agree to the video's content or they I mean make themselves distant from the video. This is something yet to hear. But we are going to discuss in the program as well. I have been joined by Muhammad Imran. He was former president PTI Northwest and also an analyst. Thank you very much, Imran, for joining me in the program. And on the live video call, I have been joined by my regular analyst Shabir Hussain. Thank you so much, Shabir, for joining us in the program as well. So let's talk about these political weddings. And I can see, and I'm sure you must have seen, a huge criticism of these political weddings. When it comes to Rayal Talpur's daughter wedding, people were actually just like, it's so lavish, it's so grand, it shouldn't happen like this. But Junaid Safdar's wedding, Maryam Nawaz's son, PTI has actually criticized that wedding way too much than Rayal Talpur's daughter's wedding. What do you think? Why? Why has that happened?
It's very simple, to be honest, Samina. Look, I mean, the country, Pakistan, right now, if you check the stats of unemployment, poverty, and all these things, more than 40% people are above below poverty rate. So, I mean, in the country like this kind of circumstances, and your rulers, Maryam Nawaz and Sharif family, ruler basically in Pakistan, they basically, what message they are giving to the people of Pakistan? The message they have given is that we don't give a damn about you. Okay, we only care about ourselves, and we are going to look after our interest, and we are going to do whatever we want to do. Who are you? Basically, this is the message which they have given to the nation of Pakistan.
Okay, I've taken your point of view. Now I will go to Shabir Saab. What do you think? Do you agree with Imran? What is your stance on this?
100%. Whatever Imran said, that's obviously.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
A major fault. You can't hear me, Samina? I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
No, there is no voice. So I will request studio to just check if there is any technical error at the moment. So I'm so sorry. I'll just go back to Imran while studio is actually fixing this for us. Right. But do you agree that there are so many other weddings which happen in Pakistan on a regular basis? I mean, they don't belong to a big political family, but probably a big businessman, a middle class family. They also do lavish wedding. That is a norm in Pakistan. So why particularly them? If they do you think they have a right to celebrate their wedding that they want if they have money?
No, look, I mean, there is absolutely no comparison between a businessman doing a wedding or when you are a ruler and then you just do a wedding, because you are setting an example, basically. So when you are a leader, when you call yourself a leader, when you call yourself that you are doing everything, whatever you're doing in the interest of Pakistan or the country, then on top of that, you know, then you're giving this message that we are going to throw money away, like, I mean, there is no tomorrow. So that message is not going to go well to Pakistan. I'm sure about it. I mean, the people who are criticized, it's not only PTI who's criticized it, it's the normal, general, ordinary Pakistani people. They're saying, I mean, if you talk about norm, and there's a point which you just mentioned, norm in Pakistani, norm, Islamically, absolutely fine, no problem with the second marriage, but the norm and cultural norms in Pakistan are the when you're doing a second wedding, it is like more simple wedding, basically.
So you are referring to Junaid's wedding?
Junaid's wedding.
Why? Why do you think that
No,
it has
I'm
to
just
be a
saying
simple
norm.
wedding? It's not a norm. People do celebrate even their third or fourth wedding.
No, I've not seen, to be honest.
No, I have.
Seen, very few. Problem with us is that we only discuss the exceptional cases. We don't go with the majority. We ignore 98% what is happening in the society, and we'll just want to discuss the 2%. Probably there are weddings for them. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that this is so many things, cultural things, which people have criticized. But point is, I mean, if you are using VIP protocols, if you are using government resources, like in this wedding, Junaid's wedding, you know, the roads were blocked. Okay, the traffic was diverted, and there were God knows how many, I think thousands of uniformed personnel on the road.
But that's a high profile wedding. That's what happens when there's a high profile wedding.
That is my point, exactly. So what message you are giving to people? I mean, you are using government resources for just your son's wedding, and plus, you know, the kind of, and that one dish thing. I mean, how hypocrite people
have you not
can
seen
be.
Prince Charles' wedding? Have you not seen Prince William's wedding? Have you not seen Prince Harry's wedding? That's what happened.
No, but I'm not going to compare Maryam
I'm just saying
Nawaz
but
and
you have just mentioned public resources. So they also use public resources, public fund actually.
No, they don't.
That's the public fund they use.
I mean, not a single penny. I assure you, I am confident about it. They do not use the taxpayers' money.
They do.
Royal family.
They do, and that's why they have been criticized so heavily every time. But they have to do that.
There is an arrangement. It's a monarchy. There is an arrangement between a government and them, a royal family, and whatever the arrangement is, they use that money. It is not that our taxpayers direct taxpayer money. No,
they do.
But this
Where
country,
do the money come from?
If you go on that in that debate, then this country, basically they own this country, isn't it? The houses, the lease you pay, they own this country. It is their land. If you go in that debate. So, I mean...
the debate is, like you mentioned, that never happened, that they don't use public resources and they don't block. So I've just given you a contrast here, that something happened in Britain as well, and we have seen street parties and everybody's enjoying. But let's not discuss that. I do agree with you here on one point, that you have to keep weddings simpler. Whether they're your first wedding or second wedding,
that's fine.
It has to be very simple. But the other thing which I'm going to discuss here, and which I think is quite cruel to the ladies of PMLN like Maryam Aurangzeb, the way people have criticized her, that her transformation, they're looking pretty, they have no right to look pretty, they have no right to dress up, something like that. That really seems bizarre. And do you think that's how we should criticize people? If somebody's looking young, for example, if Maryam Nawaz at whatever age, she's 50, 55, whatever she is, but she still looks beautiful and she looks pretty, is that something, is that not fair? She should not be looking pretty?
On principle, you know, you're absolutely right. I mean, they've got every right to dress up. They've got every right in their personal life, whatever they want to do, they can do it. But the thing is, when you're a public face, when you're sitting on a public position, then you
should not dress up.
No, you need to carry yourself in a way where the people, the masses,
like what? Like how? Explain it. How?
Okay. Look, I mean, this wedding, I mean, just flip.
No. You just have to explain your sentence. You said you have to carry yourself in a way. What do you mean by that?
Carry yourself in a way to not spend 3 million rupees on a one pair of clothes.
How do you know that? Where do you get these figures from?
These figures are confirmed.
How?
Various Dawn published it, Express Tribune published it, even Geo, I think they've confirmed it as well. All the journalists, you can confirm with them. This is one example I'm giving it to you. So I mean, if you are a chief minister of a province where the poverty level is at that level and you're wearing one pair of clothes for 3 million, and then again, look, I mean, Imran Khan's sister went on Indian media and there was kind of like a war basically. So
no, but whatever she said, do you agree with the statements she made on an Indian TV channel?
She's not made any statement.
No,
I mean,
she has.
It was AI generated.
No, that's different. But with even different sects of PTI. Anyway, we will go to a separate debate, but let's continue with this one first.
Yeah.
So, right, let's suppose even she was wearing a dress worth 3 million rupees. But my question was, does she have no right to look pretty or to dress up?
No, I mean, you think that she's pretty. I don't think she's pretty.
Why don't you think?
You want me to?
No. I'm just asking you because everybody says she's a pretty lady.
I mean, you think that she's pretty. You've got your own opinion.
I don't think. That's what people think.
People think. Not all of them.
I'm not sitting here to give my own opinion. It's just what public think.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Okay. The question is, simplicity, basically. This is my argument that if you can, it's your wedding, you can do it. But why are you going to show the world or Pakistanis that we are Pakistanis, Ambani's family? I mean, they are. I think.
Why not? I mean, this is the problem. If that is the problem, like I'm glad you have mentioned that. This is right. Okay, I think Shabir Saab has joined us. Can you hear me? Now his video is frozen. All right. Hello, Shabir Saab, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. I can hear you very clearly.
I cannot hear you. I'm sorry.
There's a problem with connection.
So I don't know, Zia Saab, if you can just fix this problem as soon as possible. Right. So I'm glad you have mentioned here. No, there is no voice.
Hello.
Like you have just said about the Ambanis. I personally think why there are no Ambanis in Pakistan, because me and you probably don't like anybody to get richer and become Ambani. That's the difference that we have. I don't know why. And anybody or everyone, if we can see them progressing, we just turn against them. That's the mentality in Pakistan. That's the Pakistani mentality. I don't know why.
Can you name one corruption scandal of Ambani in collaboration with government? Can you do that? There is none.
That is not the question.
No.
Just
question.
Said,
Let me explain.
What do they think are the Ambanis? Why can't they be Ambanis?
Let me explain why I'm saying this. Let me explain this. Pakistan, people are very rich. There are very rich people. One of I can mention is that Mia Mansha. He is a very rich person. But how did he get rich? I mean, it is evident from the financial history of different banks, and if you go into details of media reports and all that, it all happened with the collaboration of the government.
So my first question to Shabir Hussain Saab is, now we were actually having a debate, but actually we were discussing these two big political weddings recently happened in Pakistan. One in Karachi, and which was Faryal Talpur's daughter's wedding, and the other one was in Lahore, which was Maryam Nawaz's son Junaid Safdar's wedding. They are usually criticized for their for the scale that they were happened on a big scale, and obviously people in Pakistan, whether on social media or anywhere, they're actually criticizing the wedding. But my guest here, Imran, has just said that you should carry yourself in a way that if you're in a public, or if it's a second wedding, that should not have been celebrated on a wider scale. What is your opinion on this, or Shabir Saab?
Well, I agree with Imran Saab on most of the points, but obviously one aspect is that when you are such a public figure and you're representing a party, you're governing and you're representing the people of Pakistan, although you're not representing them, but still you're at the helm of affair and you're showing your face in terms of governance, you should really avoid coming into the public for such like private affairs anyway. And if there are such like arrangements where you are showing all sorts of pomp and show, which should not be shown for a political leader anyway, in my view, because as Imran Sahab also pointed out, there's I think there are about 120 million people living below the poverty line in Pakistan, and how can you really justify that few people are going to make fun of the rest of the country like that? That's where people are very critical, and this is not the olden time when you say that you're comparing their way of life with the British monarchy or other dignitaries or rich people around the world. That cannot be done by the political hierarchy anywhere, for that matter. You'll never find that kind of pomp and show even in the Western world. If you look at the political personalities, not the monarchy, I'm saying, you will never hear about them, and they'll all take place in a very quiet manner, and they'll just be dumped somewhere, even if they are of any stature or whatever pomp and show they are trying to portray. Simplicity is otherwise very good, and on one side you are ordering to have the one dish party, on the other side you're just showing breaking the same law yourself as a chief minister, because you can very visibly see in the pictures or in the videos that have been brought out or are circulating on the social media. It's a very, very lavish food arrangement everywhere. So it's a very unfortunate and very bad thing to see. The optics are not good for that.
Right. I mean, I agree on this point with both of you that there should be not a big scale, and obviously there should be a simplicity in, like you've just said, that if they're promoting one dish, then they should be actually keeping the same rule for their own family or weddings. But I think the other day I was watching a program, and in that program they said that their grandfather, Mariam Nawaz's grandfather, Nawaz Sharif Saab's father, Sharif Saab, was quite strict in this manner, and I think in all the weddings they had in their family, he always restricted to one dish, and I think he never used to invite so many people. But obviously he's not there, and obviously the family have their own they take their own decisions. But my question was, Shabir Saab, that if for example that Mariam Nawaz is a chief minister of Punjab and it's her son's wedding, regardless of what they have shown, a big fat wedding, and also we have seen the lavishness, people didn't like it, but does she not have a right to dress up or to look pretty?
He has got all the right to look pretty or whatever she wants to present herself to be dignified in any dignified manner. But people are going to be critical of her, especially the political opponents are going to take advantage of such like events or these kind of occasions are normally. I would say she has the right to look pretty. No one can stop her doing whatever it is. But to the contrary, when she shows off a bag which is Louis Vuitton or
No, but
something
why
else
is
or
this a problem?
whatever
That's
it
my
is,
question.
I'm saying she
Why
doesn't.
is
She,
this a
if you
problem?
look
I
at
mean,
her statements, she does not earn anything. Now that she's the chief minister, I don't know how much is
but
the,
I'm
otherwise
no.
she
You're
says she
diverting.
hasn't
You
earned
you are
anything, everything she
completely
gets from.
No, you're completely diverting my question. My question was, does any normal human being, I mean, if she's a normal human being, does she not have a right to dress up, to look pretty?
We all have the
I
right.
mean,
We all have
so
the right.
why
We all
she has
want
been
to look
criticized? Then Mariam Aurangzeb, if she has done some surgeries,
well.
whatever she has done,
Any
she has
public,
transformed.
any public figure,
Sorry, one
any
second.
public
Let
figure
me
will
let
be criticized for
let me complete. Sorry, let me
step.
complete. So
Yes,
Mariam
please. Yes,
Aurangzeb,
please.
no matter what she has done, she has made a huge transformation. As far, I mean, when I look at it, she looks pretty now. She looks much better than she was before. She has lost some weight. She has done good to herself, and she's been criticized for that. I mean, what kind of world we are living in?
Well, I think that's unfortunate. There's nothing wrong about looking pretty. As I said, I have no objection to that, and I would not really side with those
But
people
Imran
who
has.
criticize us looking
Imran
pretty.
has objection of them looking
Imran
pretty.
doesn't mean he
No, no,
doesn't
no.
mean that she shouldn't look pretty,
No,
but
no, I
what
didn't
he's
say that.
saying that she
No, no,
should not really show.
let me listen to him again. Yes, that's
No,
what
no,
you
no.
said.
No, no,
You
no.
should carry yourself in a way,
No, no,
and
yeah, I said you should carry yourself in a way where simplicity should be
But
a
that's a choice.
priority for
But
you.
that's a
No,
choice.
that is not choice when
That
you.
is a choice.
That is not choice when you preach that you simplicity to the general public.
I've
No,
never
the
heard
general
she's
public.
preaching simplicity.
Why? I mean, Maryam Nawaz speeches, Nawaz Sharif speeches, we are going to eat one
No, that's
chapati
different.
and we are going to give you our share and all that in jalsas and everything. So what was all that all about? This is, Samina, the thing is, if you are saying that there shouldn't be any issue, Maryam Nawaz carrying millions, like her bag worth millions, or she's wearing clothes about 3-4 million. So I mean, just give me a second. So if there is no issue, then why do we debate about poverty then?
Let me tell you.
What is the point debating? But then,
let me
2% of
yeah.
Pakistanis.
Let me tell you
them run
one
the
thing
country.
here, because I just move in the social society here. I go to different events, parties, personal events, and believe me, I see middle class women here carrying those bags. I mean, it's something you buy one bag a year. If you can just have 2,000-3,000 pound and extra, and you just buy one bag a year. That's
50,000 worth
sorry.
worth 50,000 pounds a bag.
Which bag are you?
Commonly here.
Was that Birkin? I don't think so. That was Birkin, which is 50,000-60,000 pound a bag.
Well, she carries very expensive bags anyway. She can carry them if she can afford it. Obviously, we have no objection. But when you're showing it off, the point is when you're a public figure and you're a political personality, you're representing, you're governing, and the situation, the economic condition of the country is so bad, the people don't have the money to eat. Then you really got to be considerate. You really got to be passionate about all those things.
Yeah.
You don't have to show. You can carry it within yourself, but don't really project it. When you project it, it is going to cause a lot of trouble within the society. That's where
Right.
the criticism.
No, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear from both of you that you don't have any problem with this. That if she is looking pretty, you don't have any issue with it. The only issue is the lavish wedding, the costly bags, and the show off. So this was my question. Now, Maryam Aurangzeb's transformation, PTI has criticized her a lot. I mean, if you look at PTI pages, you can see her picture with the transformation and the wording that has been used. I'm not saying that all PTI pages, people do have their own pages, but they just name it with PTI. But I mean, humanly, you think, is that fair?
Look, Samina, I want to make it very clear as a PTI representative in your program that please give us example where official PTI accounts have said anything.
There's so many.
Yeah, no, I mean, give us
you
example.
can't distinguish
no,
them,
No, you
unfortunately.
can. Yeah, clearly marked PTI official Facebook pages, Twitter pages, or social media pages. Now, I mean, on social media, if someone is passing any comments about a third person, I mean, how on earth we are responsible as PTI for that social media account?
Right, but my question was just to you personally, humanly, what do you think? Is that fair?
No, that's fine. It's her own choice.
Yes.
That's it. We don't mind. I mean, it's her own choice.
Yeah, if you've
Whatever
spent
she's
money
done,
on her
yeah,
face
well,
and
yeah,
she has done some
yeah,
surgeries
yeah.
and she managed to look good, I mean, what's the issue with that?
We don't have any problem.
Perfect. Let's
That's
move
fine.
forward to the next point, the next topic then. There's a video emerging on social media. I'm not sure if that's a real video or AI video, or if that is real. We have not heard any a statement from PTI yet if they're going to distance themselves from this video. But I don't know if you have seen that video or heard about it.
I've not heard.
Right,
I've
so
not heard
let
about
me
any
explain.
video.
Yeah, so that video actually, in that video, there's a message that we are going to cooperate with PTI because they never harmed us and we are not going to harm them. A few days ago, there was a press conference by DGI SPR, and in that press conference, the same thing that why there is no history of even one single attack on PTI. That actually, and sometimes we don't know, India might have made that video. I don't know, anybody has made, whoever has made this video is just to sabotage state as well. But what is your thought about it?
DGI-SPR was proven wrong. There is a long list of PTI, MNAs, MPAs, political workers been murdered.
Affected by those?
Murdered.
Okay.
There were attacks on PTI rallies, and the biggest, this whatever DGI-SPR claimed, the KPK, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, is on front line. I mean, how can you just say that there is no attack on PTI, because PTI is there governing that province for the last 14-20 years. So that he was proven wrong. That is the first thing. The second is that this video, honestly speaking, I've not heard it, but it will be obviously fabricated, because TTP or anyone who's against the state of Pakistan, they are not loyal to anyone.
Yeah.
They're not with PTI, not with
But don't
PMLN.
you think PTI should issue a statement that
Why
we
would
we have nothing to do with this?
If we go, by this, like issuing statements on such videos, I mean, on social media, how many statements PTI would need to issue then? I mean, if there is any concrete, do you think if there is legitimate video, the DGI-SPR or the whole PMLN media wing or government and all that, they will spare PTI?
No, but actually that
they will spare PTI?
Actually, that
Obviously
video
not.
is not only damaging to PTI, that also actually snubs the state as well. It's not like that it's only to PTI, it's just to everyone.
To be honest, my point of view would be, such videos, if there is no evidence that it is original or genuine video, just leave it. Ignore it.
But
Why are we going to?
But you're very sure that if that's the case, then PTI, they are not, like you said before, that's a good statement, that then if they're not loyal to the country, they will not be loyal to any other political party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are not loyal to anyone. Information Minister of KPK, he clearly said, that Shafi Jan clearly said, anyone who is against the state of Pakistan, we are not with them. I mean, how much more clear?
You have to clear, yeah.
Say.
So, Shabir sir, what is your thought on that? I don't know if you have seen that video or not.
I haven't seen Samina, but to be very honest, if you ask me, I would not like to debate on this subject at all. This is going to open up the Pandora box, and that's not good for the state. Let's not talk about it. It's not a good thing. I think no one is going to. It is obvious that any such thing is just a propaganda to just put the state in a situation where you have the rift between the people and you're creating those problems. And I think we should try to avoid such debates where you're just putting these things together. I have been very critical of the statements coming from either side on these issues, because when you start to put the other person down, you don't realize that you're really weakening the state. And the enemies of the state are really taking advantage of all these situations, and they have created these problems. Let's not talk about it. There's nothing as such, and no one will do that. All of them are Pakistanis, all of them love Pakistan. We should really, and everyone I know, whosoever has a Pakistani blood in him, would condemn TTP or any such organization which is working against the interest of Pakistan or against the people of Pakistan. So there's hardly, if someone says, issues a statement or does anything, it can be of anything. You should assume that positively.
Right, okay. Yes, but I think it is important to discuss. The reason is because I don't like the fact that if I have to prove my loyalty to my country, that will be, I think, very cruel
Obviously,
to myself.
but that's what you're
anyone.
asking Imran Saab to represent PTI, and PTI should make a statement. Why should PTI make a statement on that? We shouldn't really bother about these things. These are not important issues at all. We should not give them that importance. We should not hype them up. They cause problems. They create rift within the society, and that's a bad thing.
Right. Okay, so now I think we had a very sad incident a few days ago in Karachi, in Gul Market. And this is not the first incident which has happened in Karachi. It's so crowded, and especially if you go to there. I've not seen it, but I've heard about that market. That when you go in, you don't know how to go out of that market, and obviously there are no fire exit, nothing like that. That is so cruel to people, and still the people who are responsible are not accepting the responsibility. People are, we don't know how many people have been killed so far. There is no accurate number. What do you think?
I mean, it's a heart-wrenching incident, and like you said, it is not the first one, and especially in Karachi, in the province of Sindh, it is not the first one. And the way things are going, the way the governance is, it might not be the last one.
Last one, yeah.
But we can only pray the sense prevail and they do something about it. Now, there are multiple factors. The one, the prime or major factor is the fire stations and the fire brigades, and all these things, the accessories and the facilities and the services which are going to tackle with these kind of incident. Unfortunately, in Sindh or in Karachi, you'll know the people say that unofficially the population of Karachi is about 3 crore. Yeah, so I mean, for these things, there should be 200 fire extinguishing vehicles should be there. Now Karachi has only got about 50-60, and do you know, it's not taking credit. It was Imran Khan has not. I mean, he's just. I'm not going to basically take credit for it, but in 2021 January, federal government, when Imran Khan was Prime Minister, there was a full plan of this. How can we make these services better? So he donated, federal government donated 52 brand new fire vehicles to the government in Karachi, the mayor of Karachi at that time. If you check now, if you see the videos now, when the fire vehicles were there, the logo is still there, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan. I'm not taking credit. What I'm saying is that at least we tried to give something back to the city of Karachi. If you take these vehicles out, Sindh government with the population of the 3 crore, they've only got about 18-20 vehicles. They're not working. And if you heard Kader Patel today in National Assembly, he is not ready. They are not ready to take blame of anything what happened in Karachi. And if you see that video, Kader Patel, he was just going on about it, that it is not our fault. You got to stop the blaming game. The Asfa Bhutto, who was sitting in the front row, she wrote something to and gave it to Shazia Mari, and Shazia Mari passed it on to Kader Patel, and suddenly Kader Patel stopped saying that, because she understood that what he is saying is not acceptable to anyone. That your Karachi mayor is your mayor. Karachi, you're in government for the last
so many years.
So many years. I mean, this is absolutely unacceptable what happened in Karachi. People died mainly because there were no way going out, and plus there were no facilities there,
no fire extinguisher, nothing like that,
or nothing. And this problem, there's another problem with the Karachi, which is a huge problem with the size of city of Karachi, is that there is no building planning permissions, proper building planning permissions. There is no check there, like you said. I mean, there are no exits there. Majority, 80% buildings in Karachi, they've got overcrowded, plus they've got no proper planning permission. So I mean, it's basically the only way to do this now is that to just basically dismantling and start it from basics. And then people, how many more lives? I mean, you've seen the video. I mean, you can't watch the videos.
I mean, I can't. Yes, it is very difficult to watch them. It's unbearable. Shabir Saab, what's your view on that?
It's a very sad incident. You both have really covered everything that is causing all that problem. Karachi is our largest city, the economic hub also for Pakistan, and it's so unfortunate to watch all this happening. As you said, that this has been happening since 2001. We have so many incidents. They have been reported. I was also reading about it today, how many incidents where these things have happened. in 2017, 13, blah, blah, blah. So many people dying in one factory. There was, I think, 200 people who were burnt alive or whatever. It's a shame.
Yeah.
And it's so sad. It's so sad that we are not really taking care of all that, and no one is answerable to the people of that country. Uh, I think it's unless you have the local body system in the country, and the local people are responsible and they are going to look after their own area, nothing is going to change. There was a drive for that during the Musharraf period, and that has been fizzled out now again. And that would be one answer to me in my head. I'm saying when you really devolve that powers, economic, financial powers to the local area, they can look after themselves. But then another big aspect over there, although it's a problem for the whole of the country, but we have found that much greater or deeper problem of corruption in Karachi, what we have seen in the past 2 decades or so. We've been reading all those news from the Baldia Karachi and those institutions where they have been, as Imran also pointed out, that they have no regulation for building permissions and no exits, as you said, and people just find themselves in a situation where they can't help themselves. And then again, we have seen in Sindh government where we have seen buffaloes tied up in the schools, and such like things have been reported very widely all through the history of Sindh government and Karachi especially. And it's a sad thing. People really need to wake up, and they really need to ask those who are at the helm of affair to take responsibility. And no one is really bothered. It just wipes out. They just put it under the carpet and go forward. And again, after 1, 2 years, again, such a big sad tragedy happens, and no one is pushed about it. It's a
Yeah.
sad story.
As I said, but I think, Imran, it is also very difficult to change the perception, public perception. For example, when we talk about that transformation which has happened in Lahore, like for example, they have cleared up the small streets, and they've asked the chabri wala to move somewhere else, and you can't, to the extension that that was not a proper extension of the business or whatever it was. And people have criticized the government as well, that garib hain, they are poor, why they have taken their livelihood away. But there is a sense there, sometimes you have to understand the fact that, look, this is legal, this is illegal. Whether you are illegal, whether you are poor, you're rich, you have to make sure that you should have a strong foundation. Now in Karachi, the way people are living, it's overcrowded because people from the whole of the Pakistan go there for jobs, to earn money and stuff like that. If they have to make certain regulations, how difficult it would be to preach to the public?
No, it is not difficult at all. Samina, just before I answer your question, these encroachments which you just mentioned in Punjab, you or no one has got any problem with it. The only issue which why we criticize it, because you're not giving, or you didn't give any alternative to people. A daily wage laborer, you're not given any alternative to them. First, chalk out a plan, give them alternative, take them into your confidence, and then you can't just bulldoze everything without any notice and just go, we are going to do this. That is our criticism. And coming back to your question, Karachi, absolutely, I think the will should be there. If your will is there that you are going to sort these things out, there are hundred. Karachi, in Pakistan, there is no lack of professionals. There no lack of resource. It's just the management. Pakistan's problem is the management, how we are managing the country. For the prime example is PIA. PIA itself has no issues and no problem. It's just the management of PIA, how the PIA
actually it's not the
managed.
I will actually extend it to the level. It's not only the management of PIA. It's basically, like, I've recently traveled with PIA, no issue whatsoever with PTI. PIA, not PTI, sorry.
No issue with PTI as well. That's fine. Thank you.
So, but It's actually the airport. Now, their immigration, ASF, other organizations working on the airport, basically they drive you crazy. Because what I've seen, they have less people on the desk to work, but there's so many sirs and managers and bosses, and you can see 10 people standing here, 10 people standing there. The people actually on the desk, they're very few, and when they get tired, angry, and that frustration, they take their frustration out on the passengers. So basically, you're right that it is the issue of handling
and management,
and no training whatsoever there is.
Absolutely no training. Honestly, you've been to Pakistan, Shabir Saab been to Pakistan, we all there. So the first thing what we feel, well, when you go from the Western countries, to Pakistan, the first thing you will feel is that customer services, lack of training. When you land there, that is the first thing which is going to hit you, and it is going to hit you very hard because you are used to of this environment here in UK. A simple thing is, it's just, you need to develop these things. It's not hard to do these things. It's just will should be there. When you have a will and when you are clear in your mind that you are going to do something to facilitate the public, then you can only do it. If you're going to, if in your mind, if you're thinking, that's fine, it's individualism, if it is good for me, then it's good for everybody. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. The problem with Pakistan is that most of the, to be honest, I'm sorry, the majority of our people, even general public, we are into individualism. Like might is right. If I am happy, then I assume that everyone is happy.
Yes.
So I don't care what is happening around me. Where in these countries, or developed countries, it is not individual, it's really nationalism. Basically, there are some issues that there should be some common grounds where you need to think broader, and you need to think about your national issues or policies. So Pakistan, this is why as PTI we say we were on right track. The figures are showing that, and they Bajwa Saab, the former chief of army staff, they with the Mian Nawaz Sharif, with the Zardari Saab and all that.
I've heard a different story. The Bajwa Saab was initially with PTI, but anyway, let's not go into that. Shabir Saab, what's your take on that?
Well, Samina, we've been talking about this for a long time. I believe we really need to start from the scratch. Unless we address our fundamentals, we are not going to get anywhere. As a society, we are bad somehow or the other. We don't realize, we don't really take our responsibilities. We are always trying to take advantage of things, but we don't feel that we are responsible ourselves, as you've been discussing the same thing yourself. Somehow or the other, we should really educate ourselves. We should focus on those things which are our moral values and character building. Unless we do that, nothing is going to be achieved. It's very difficult. I always feel that you can really be very rich, or God may give you a lot of minerals, resources, and everything. If your character is not good, you're always going to remain poor, and you're not going to be able to enjoy whatever you may have the richness. So it's unfortunate we really not putting our focus onto those important issues at all, and we are playing in the political games of these vaderas or these I feel hijackers of the system. Somehow or the other, the common people are really suffering, but they are also becoming part of it somehow or the other, because they're brought up or they're trained as such to, as Imran said, that whosoever has his own will, we are such individuals. We got to learn to live together and collectively and think for the good of each other. That's very important, and that is going to come from the scratch. That is going to come from the laps of mothers, and that's where we need to focus on.
Right. Okay. This is something, food for thought, and obviously, as we mentioned before, this is not the first time this has happened in Karachi, and it seems like we have not learnt a lesson. In this country, there was one event a few years ago, Grenfell Tower, and after that, they have changed the whole spec. They, all the builders, all the construction companies, they have to revamp all of their resources and the way they used to construct or build buildings before. before. Now it's different. They have actually made precedent that if whatever business you have and if there is no fire regulations, you can be imprisoned. But in Pakistan, even if there are stronger laws or whatever it is, people will still get away with it. And unfortunately, I have to say that in Pakistan, people have no respect for the law. I don't think, apart from we give example, the motorway police, or when the speed cameras in operation, they will not spare you. But I have witnessed, even I was in Pakistan and my own driver, I had to plead him, please wear a seat belt. But no, it's not needed. They just, what they do? They get a thing, some kind of hook, and they put in the seat belt, and the car stops beeping. Sorry. So that's how we take a normal, a common Pakistani or a member of a public. That's how they take these things which are for their own safety, but they don't want to take it. It's just like, I think, I don't know if you both agree with me or not, it will take a long time for the public to grasp all of this.
How long it take? Sorry.
Go on, Jubir Sahab. Yeah. You go on first.
It may take a long time, Samina, but we have to start it from there. Unless we start it, we are not going to get anywhere. We got to start somehow or the other. And if we keep saying that it is going to take a long time, yes, it is going to take a long time. It doesn't change your nature. You got to adopt those habits of following the discipline. You've got to follow the law. You got to come under the rule. But if everyone, right from the start, your top to the bottom, everyone is going to take the law in their own hands, nothing is going to improve. You just gave an example of this motorway police. I assure you, even they are not out of it now. Things are different. I have a personal experience of that. Okay. And what they do is that they have a small little local camera. They'll keep that, and they'll stop you for no reason, or if you're overspeeding by whatever, and they'll not stop everyone. And they'll stop you, and then they'll issue you with a ticket, and that would just go into their pockets right there. And if you ask them, I was told by some of my friends who are in the government that this is what they are doing. So I asked him, can you show me if you're on the system? I would like to see
the recording.
And he got scared. And mind you, when they stopped me, they were offering namaz on the motorway. And then he got up, and one of them was reading namaz, and the other one was stopping me for that bribe. And then I caught him. I'm giving you a personal example. I caught him, and I obviously played hell with him, and I got him suspended eventually. And they were, I said, how the hell are you going to do this? And this is what happens. What can you do? I'm saying the corruption has really creeped into our system, into our blood so much. We really need to stop this. We really need to make this understand to the people that this is not good for you.
Yes,
I'm sure most of the people want to come out of this, but because you're not allowing them, everyone thinks that, oh, if I don't do it, someone else will do it.
Someone else will do it. But I think on the other hand, it is also a problem of corruption, but also lack of training. No matter what profession you are in, if you're not properly trained or you have not been trained properly by your bosses or the organization you're working for, how are you going to fulfill your responsibilities and duties? And I mean, I just am giving, like you gave your personal example, and I'm giving you my personal example. I just came back from Pakistan. On the way back through the Islamabad airport, I mean, I was, after 2 hours of entertainment with all those authorities, like whether they were immigration or the ASF, I mean, I was exhausted, mentally and physically exhausted. And I was like, where I am, what they're doing with me. I mean, my bag was in the scanner and there was something in the bag, and she was asking me, look, what is this? What is this? What is this? I said, I don't know, open the bag and check it. No, you have to go back to the queue and put the bag in again. I'll scan it again. I have to do that again for 20 minutes. And then, oh, there is something again. Now she called somebody and asked her to open the bag. And that lady who came, normally here when you are there and security has some issue, they will take your bag themselves and take it away. She expected me now take the bag from the belt and follow me. and now you're there, open the bag. So I had to do it 2 times, and what was that? It was one of my handbag in the bag, and it is a metal handle. So if your scanners are not working properly, just fix it. I mean, why are you hassling me? And I was there
I
for
think,
2 hours.
Sabina, it's not the scanners are not working. Basically, they're trying to take something out of you, whatever. I'm saying this is how they just trouble you. They'll just
I
try
think
to
that
put you
was not the only issue. There was a little bit bigger problem to that. They will look at you. They will look at the person's personality and they think, oh, she's dressed prim and proper, and no, she looks this. Then I am going to take
personality, and basically, especially at the airport, they look at your passport.
Yeah.
Okay, if you Pakistani passport, and if you're traveling to Middle Eastern countries, their attitude will be totally different. And if you've got British passport or American passport, and if you're traveling somewhere in these countries, their attitude will be different. So this is the thing there. I mean, in Pakistan, which basically is the equality.
Yeah, they randomly select you, and then they said, okay, I'm going to make your life hell. That is the problem, actually. Anyway, I've been told to take a short break again, and we will be back after this commercial break. Welcome back after the break. After 7th May, India is in complete depression, and the way they have reacted, or the way their Prime Minister Narendra Modi is actually reacting, is surprising everybody. Recently, Narendra Modi has invited President of UAE to India, and obviously accepted the invitation, and he went to India, and then he showed his house, his furniture, his belongings. I mean, we were talking about showing off before, but he actually did show off with the president, and he was trying to impress him. And then after that, he has actually signed countless agreements with UAE. Now, what is the importance of those agreements? We don't know, but what is he trying to implicate? That's something we can discuss. As you are aware that Pakistan had an agreement with Saudi Arabia and Turkey now that if there is an attack on Pakistan's sovereignty, it will be considered as attack on Saudi Arabia, and Turkey has made the same agreement. Probably that might have influenced them, and they were in the haste of making those kind of agreements. Now, what does that prove? This is something I want to discuss with my guests. I've been joined by Imran. He's with us again after the break, and Shabir Saab is joining us on the live call. So Imran, I'll go with you first. How do you think this Narendra Modi's move, calling the president of UAE over, and then signing so many agreements with him?
I see that is more of like UAE's move against Saudi Arabia rather than Modi's move.
Okay.
Because it is basically UAE who is they are trying to create a bloc, or trying to create their space within international politics in competition with Saudi Arabia. So that is why he went down there, and you will soon see him getting closer with China, and will try to go close with Russia as well.
Who? UAE?
UAE,
Okay.
you will see that. This is my opinion, and we'll probably see that. And this is basically between Saudi Arabia and UAE now, and they are competing. But the problem with Pakistan is that Pakistan is like a sandwich in between. Pakistan is going to be, if it escalate, if it goes any further than this, what is happening now. It has actually gone further, but Pakistan is going to be in a deep problem. Like, where are Pakistanis going to go with UAE, with Saudi Arabia? So I honestly pray that, I mean, this is not good for South Asia.
But what has got to do with Pakistan? I mean, it's not Pakistan's fault if UAE and Saudi there's a rift between both of them.
Look, this is the problem. I mean, off the record, and the media reports are there. To be honest, it's not off the record that basically Saudis have asked Pakistanis to back off from certain things with UAE. Let me just mention it. I will mention it. The tour of our Field Marshal to Libya, that was basically a brainchild of UAE, not Saudi Arabia. They didn't like it, and they've actually conveyed that message to Field Marshal that
Saudi Arabia.
So if next time when you do that, just have a word with us before you go. So basically, and it happened in Imran Khan's government as well. You remember then when Malaysia and all that, and they said, you know, you can't go, and basically Imran didn't go. Imran Khan didn't go. So we, you know, this is what the thing is. Like, this is what bamboozled me is, you know, the way we talk or where we walk, where we show. We're actually not. We're a poor country, underdeveloped country. We need to concentrate on overpopulation. Our national interest should be the first. Why are we going to jump into international politics, or why we are going to be let people use us as a pawn? Why? So we need to be this is very important. This is very crucial for South Asia, for Middle East, this Saudi and UAE thing. And I sincerely hope that it doesn't escalate, because it's not going to be for our country, for Pakistan as well.
Right. What's your take on that, Shabir sir?
Well, we know UAE has been in a bloc which is probably against, not really liked by the rest of the Muslim world, most probably, with the Somaliland and all those things. With the Israel, UAE has got much closer relationship, and then there's a issue of Neom, that city that is being built by Saudi Arabia, MBS, that as his idea for the future of Saudi Arabia. And now with India, as Imran said, that UAE is finding its own alliances. I don't think it is going to be a defense alliance with India or whatever. These are just the gestures which are being portrayed. India would also want to take advantage of this. And India already has so much of influence in UAE, Dubai, if we see, and in UAE also. India does play a major role there in their politics, and they have a sizable population, working class, and other people also in an Indian region who are working in UAE in their economy, and they call it as their second home. And as Imran mentioned about Saudi Arabia, they have been asking Pakistan to refrain from certain things in the past, also in terms of Malaysia. And now Pakistan and Saudi Arabia and Turkey are coming together in a defense agreement somehow or the other, which they are calling as a Muslim NATO, which I don't think is Muslim NATO, but still, we have those kind of alignments. Things are changing very rapidly in the region, with especially Trump at the helm of affair at this point of time, and the Israeli designs, the way things are moving. And then on the other side, if we look at the Indians, Modi's government has been very vocal against Pakistan and the Muslims also. So let's see what happens, but I don't think it's going to go much deeper in that regard, because at the end of the day, Pakistan, despite saying that we are a poor country, we are a major country. We are not really poor in that term. We will play our role, and we'll inshallah play a much better role. I'm sure no matter who's at the government or who's at the helm of affair in Pakistan, our national interest would always be looked after.
Yeah.
And these countries, no matter whether it's Saudi Arabia or UAE, financially they can constrain you. They can do many things, but they also need us. It's not only us who need them. So I'm sure we'll be treading a very careful path at this point of time, and we'll not side with anyone. And people are sensible enough. We have loads of working class people working in Saudi Arabia also, and UAE also, who are sending us all the remittances. They are backbone for Pakistan economy. So I'm sure these agreements, I doubt if they'll go very deep. These are just the MOU sort of things. He was there for 3 hours, and Indian Prime Minister came out to receive him at the airport, which is unprecedented. India also wants to find its own space in the international politics at this point of time, because India has lost those grounds in the last 1 year or so after the skirmishes with Pakistan. India has been going down on the international forum. So they are also trying to establish themselves. They are always going to be a major player anyway. They are a big country, a big economy also. And UAE is trying to establish itself. On the other hand, lately we have heard that Saudi Arabia attacked some of the UAE shipments on which were being delivered to Yemen or Somaliland. I don't know precisely, but there are those kind of problems which are happening. But they also say this is a war between two princes. But in the process, the whole region is going to suffer. Let's
Yeah.
hope something better comes out of it.
But do you think, as Imran said, that it will be a very difficult situation for Pakistan to survive between two countries like Saudi Arabia and UAE, and people of Pakistan would be suffering? Do you agree with this?
If it escalates, yeah.
If it escalates, yes.
Pakistan has been suffering ever since. We don't. I don't remember the day when Pakistan has not really had the difficult times, and Pakistan has survived. Pakistan has really stood up all the time, despite whatever condition we are in. We have. I think we can sort out our internal problems, our political instability. If that can be put together, nothing can really harm Pakistan. These countries, they might have a lot of money. We have a lot of resources in terms of manpower, in terms of brain power, in terms of other things. We just need to put our house in order. We will have difficulties. We are always looking up to. I would rather want to get rid of all these people, to be very honest, these small tiddly bitly of the states. And they are dictating us what to do, what not to do. We should not really be bothered about them. And I hope we come to that point somehow or the other. And there would be difficulties. I'm not going to deny the facts, but I'm sure Pakistan will handle itself much better than what is perceived. Pakistan is in a much better position.
Right.
Can
yes.
I quickly add
Yes,
something?
yeah.
You know, this is where the foreign policy comes. Yeah. Now, this is the time. This is the classic example of how you are going to deal with international politics through your foreign office or your foreign policies. Now, if you are who's running foreign office, if Major Saab, Colonel Saab or Brigadier Saab or General Saab is running the foreign policy of Pakistan, then God bless Pakistan.
Who do you think should be running it?
The foreign office, the civil service.
But you
the
don't.
experienced-
But you don't class them as credible. You don't think they can do it. I mean, the government. Then how do you expect this from them as well?
The government, I'm talking about the civil services of Pakistan, which they are properly trained how to deal with international politics, with the policies. So they should deal with these things. The decisions should be with the Pakistan Foreign Office rather than somewhere else. I mean, I mean, what is the training level or the credibility of a colonel or major or brigadier or general is sitting there in foreign office making foreign policies, calling the shots? I mean, it is totally, I mean, this now, I mean, there's so many examples there. I mean, this is what happening in Pakistan or international, where Pakistan is standing now is the failure of Pakistan's foreign policy under dictatorship. Yeah.
But don't you think between 7th and 10th May that the foreign policy or the foreign office has done a wonderful job? And I think when winning that war they actually played a very positive role.
That is
internationally, even internationally did a very good job.
That is defense capability. Yeah? So no doubt about it. We as a nation, we are proud of it. Okay, with our defense capability.
No, I'm talking about foreign. The way our diplomats has handled international media. I mean, they did a wonderful job.
Who, like civil servants, yeah? So this is what I'm saying. Like civil servants who are properly trained to speak to media and deal with these kind of things, you know. But the problem is, where is the decision making coming from? I mean, if it is coming from a person who's got absolutely no knowledge about these things, what kind of decision? I mean, now, I mean, I can give you a list, Samina, of departments like Nadra and all that, and uniformed officers are sitting there and making all these decisions. I mean, why we've done our MBAs and BBAs and degrees and all that when no use of us.
Well, I think this is something to be mentioned here, that the people with the degrees and with the jobs, that they come to the office at, if they were supposed to start at 8, they come to the office at 10
Wrong,
o'clock
very wrong.
and leave at 2 or 3 o'clock. Then how you can run those organizations? So you do need help sometimes. Anyway, thank you so much, Imran. Thank you for being part of my show. Shabir sir, thank you so much. Discussion for the benefit of all of you viewers. We try to give you a little bit of fairness, and this is really important. I wish that we should have some mechanism in this program where you can communicate with us, and I'm sure it will happen soon. This is the program, and I will see you again on Thursday around 7 o'clock. See you then.